This is a live demonstration. I would not be taking the risk of doing a live demonstration if it doesn't work. I've used this program for 6 years. It works beautifully, contrary to some of our experiences we've had. Okay, this looked familiar to everybody, correct? ColdwellBanker.com. This is the company website. You know, most hits of any website on the planet, depending on who you're talking to. You know. So, at any rate, I've already done a search this morning for Claremont, California. I want to search offices, though. I don't want to search properties. So I'm a consumer. I want to search for real estate offices in Claremont. I click search. Who's done this before? I hope everybody's done this at least once. Okay. By the way, I want you to do this today, as soon as you possibly can, and you will know whether you are working properly in our system within 5 minutes. If you do what I ask you to do and you fail, you need to let Paul and me or Rebecca know right away, and then we'll see what we got to do to fix it. But if you do what I ask you to do, Herman, for example, works perfectly. Paul, for example, works perfectly. I tested both of them this morning. So this is what you do. I'm a consumer. I've said, give me offices in Claremont. I got to scroll down. Oops, I guess I didn't click the search button. So let's offices, Claremont, search. Okay, I'm sitting in my living room in Florida, and through the magic of technology, there we are. They found us, okay? By the way, in case you haven't paid a lot of attention to this, the way Coldwell Banker works is the office within the city, most of the time, not all the time, will always show up as the primary search for that location. There is no other Coldwell Banker in Claremont, so 99% of the time, we should always show up in first position. On occasion, don't ask me why. I do not know why. There are ghosts in the system. Occasionally, the premier office, which doesn't have a photo, could show up first. Does that make sense? Absolutely not. They're searching Claremont. Why would an office in Ontario show up first? I've seen that happen very rarely, but 99% of the time, it will have our office as the primary office. You can click on the picture, or you can click on the name. It takes you to our profile page. Coldwell Banker Town & Country Claremont's profile page. Here we are. All right? It's got our info. I'm a consumer. I want an agent. All right? I'm going to click on my agents. Now, I also understand we've had some problems with agents disappearing, agents on the site twice. Coldwell, unrelated to some of the frustrations that we've had internally, Coldwell Banker's system failed last week. I don't know exactly what happened, but it basically failed. So here's our agents. I'm going to click 50 so I can see all of them on one page. By the way, for those of you that are pressed for time, I'm going to wrap this up in like 5-10 minutes, and then we can move on or answer questions and get you on your tour. So we've got 27 agents that are currently active in our system. We can debate whether some of those agents need to be taken off or removed or whatever, but let's not deal with that now. Mary Ann is the first one visible. Now, if you think that that's cool and Mary Ann's like, well, wow, that's really nice. Well, next time you search, Mary Ann will more than likely not be on the top. The order does get shifted and rotated. So if you're on the top one day, you're not going to be on the top the next time you search. It does rotate them around. Now, I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to basically look for Herman, okay? For whatever reason, looks like a good young German guy, and he's the guy that I want to do business with, right? So, oops, sorry about that. Let me go back to where Herman go. There he is. I want to contact Herman, all right? Now, this had better be... Is your cell phone 626-487-2625?
That's correct.
Okay. You need to test yourself. If you go in and... I'm a consumer right now. I'm John Q. Public, sitting in front of a computer in Texas looking for an agent who looks like a good German guy. All right? If I'm that, and that's not your cell phone number, you got a problem. You need to get in your system and change your cell phone number. Okay? I'm assuming that's the office number, 6761. That looks good. We got our fax number. If that's not Herman's email, horizon@berlin.com, is that your email?
That is my email.
If that's not your email, you got a problem. You need to get that fixed. If you don't know how to fix it, talk to Norm, call Rebecca or me, and we'll help you fix it. This is how this works. And this is where Norm had a problem and didn't even realize it. This is why Jim kept getting these leads. What Norm was doing is putting in, I'm Norm Cox, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in Lance test 2, because I already sent one earlier. What Norm was doing, Norm was typing in his email, norm@tbcsocal.com. The system said, you've already done this before. Jim's going to get all your leads. So, you need to, if you're going to do this, you need to make up a fake email address when you test yourself. And I'm going to make up a, I'm Herman Lance at test.com. You can put in the consumer's phone number if you want. It doesn't really matter. And you can put in a test. Hayner, well actually, let me just, hey Herman, thanks for helping me test. Okay, now I'm going to click send. Are you ready?
I'm
Is your
ready.
phone turned on?
Phone is on.
I'm clicking send. I am a consumer. I need to get a hold of Herman. He's actually my long lost real estate buddy. Okay? 2 things are happening right now. By the way, this is an email, obviously. This is sending an automated email. 2 things are happening. The first thing that's happening is through Leadrouter. There's going to be, there is a slight delay, but his phone better ring in the next 60 seconds or I'm going to have a fit. All of the leads will flow into the Leadrouter system. There is going to actually be 2 leads for Herman, one that I did earlier this morning around 8 o'clock and then the one that I just did. And it's going to say test Lance, and it's going to say this lead's been assigned to Herman. And
well, that's pulling up, Lance. If you have your email up, I just forwarded you the email.
And the confirmation email.
Confirmation email.
Yep.
So it looks like.
And you, correct. And it sends you a confirmation email as well. And that email basically is the, oops. Okay, this is the lead that I just sent specifically to Herman. Okay, and I think this has been some concern for many of you in the office. I'm a consumer. Who did I want to talk to?
Herman.
I specifically said, I want to talk to Herman. Okay? What's happened to a few of you?
Here it is.
There it is.
Okay, can you put that on the speaker?
Yep.
Okay, I know it's going to be tough to hear, but...
If this is not voicemail, press or say 1.
Going to basically read the lead
This
information.
is a Coldwell Banker Pioneer Leadrouter with a new company-generated lead for Herman Jensen. The method of contact is telephone. The source of the lead is ColdwellBanker.com agent profile lead.
Okay.
The area or zip code of the lead is unknown. The price range of the lead is $. This lead is sent directly to you and does not require acceptance. The prospect's name is Lance. Test at. Their phone number is 951313216. Their comments are, hey Herman, thanks for helping me test.
Did you guys catch that? Whatever comments are in there, I'll write back to you. Okay, that's enough. So basically, 2 things happen. And what's critical for me, for you guys to understand, because I think there's been this misunderstanding, this misperception that if someone's trying to contact you, they go into the system and they end up with somebody else. If that's happening to you, it's because you are not trained in the system, and that is 100% our fault. We should not have allowed that to happen for a day, let alone a year for many of you. Now, if you are a Leadrouter user, which Herman is, which is why I used him as an example, nothing in the call center, nobody had to touch that lead. Nobody touched that. And it took less than 2 minutes from the time I clicked Contact Herman for his phone to ring. Okay? So, but I think there is a misunderstanding that the call center people gather up the email leads and distribute the email leads. That is not how the system works. And I think there might even have been some confusion with Norm, because I think it was Mike that was saying, wait a minute, Norm said call center Leadrouter has nothing to do with email. partially correct. The call center physically doesn't touch them.
Right.
Okay? Leadrouter physically does not route them to the individual agents. But what does happen is Leadrouter, obviously it knows that lead was a Herman lead. We asked for Herman. He has a valid phone number, he has a valid email, he's been trained. All that the Leadrouter system done is put it in the system, call Herman, and then because Herman is an active Leadrouter user, what Herman may choose to do is say, oh, that's a Leadrouter call, got it, cool, hang it up. Maybe his business plan or way of dealing with this leads is, well, I'm going to come back into the office in an hour, I'm going to sit in front of my computer, I'm going to log into Leadrouter, and I'm going to pull off that lead. Or what Paul said, this is the second thing that happens on those, and then I promise I'm almost done. And the second thing that ends up happening is the system will also send Herman an email. It wouldn't send me an email because I'm not Herman. But Herman has an email in his inbox that looks probably something like this. Okay? And this is a test email or test lead that I sent to Paul this morning. So in addition to the phone call, the system, Leadrouter, will send Herman or Paul or whoever it is an email confirmation as well with basically the exact same information that's on the call. So that's how the system works.